Wow, so many REITs product for us to choose from. So how do we decide? Hi everyone, my name is Imin and thank you so much for watching this video. So recently there's quite a number of REITs product in the market, like what you can see here, you have from SciFi. So these are REITs portfolio, and of course other funds like from Nikko AM, Lion Phillip, and of course Phillip Capital. At the same time, you can actually buy individual REITs itself. Currently there's 39 of these REITs listed in the Singapore Stock Exchange. So how do we decide? So before I go on further, maybe I just want to explain, just in case some of the audience here don't know what's a REIT, what's a REITs portfolio. So let me just go to it first before we decide how do we choose among them. Now, what is a REIT? A REIT is basically a basket of properties. So let's say if you were to buy a REIT today, so for example, you buy this REIT called CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust, you are basically invested together with a lot of other investors in this portfolio of properties. Like in this case, you have, like, for example, Bedok Mall, Bugis Junction, Clarke Quay, Asia Square, Capital Tower, Raffles City, Plaza Sing. So if let's say you buy into this REIT, you are basically buying this group of properties with a lot of other investors. Okay, so this is a stock exchange product. So basically, if you want to buy, you have to go to a broker and just buy, just like any other stocks like DBS, UOB. Now, at the same time, now we have quite a few, some call the REITs portfolio, some call the REITs fund available in the market today. So like, for example, if you actually buy into this SciFi, okay, hope I pronounce your name correctly, SciFi portfolio, you're basically buying a basket of REITs. Okay, and REITs is basically a basket of properties. So you're buying a basket of properties. So that's what happened if you actually buy into some of this REITs portfolio or REITs fund. Okay, so again, let me just explain the detail of all these instruments first. So let's say, for example, let's talk about SciFi first. So SciFi is a non-listed instrument. So if you actually want to buy into their portfolio, you have to go to the website, you have to register with them, and you buy directly to them. Okay, you don't buy through the stock exchange. So, okay, by the way, I don't represent any of the companies, and okay, all the information I get is actually from the website. So based on the website, so SciFi I invested is, if I remember correctly, 20 different REITs listed in Singapore. So once you actually buy into this REITs fund or REITs portfolio, okay, they will use the money to invest in those 20 REITs. So of course, you can get more information from their website, as you can see here. And from the website, we can see that the performance is actually not too bad. In 2019, the performance is a 27.1% return and dividend yield of 5.1, which this one's supposed to get it on an annual basis. So you're supposed to get, for REITs, you're supposed to get dividend on an annual basis. But of course, they don't achieve 27% every year. So if you actually look at their historical returns, yes, certain years is a very good performance. At the same time, certain years is down, and of course, certain years is neither here nor there. Okay, but for the dividends, it's supposed to be quite steady because of the underlying asset, which is REITs. Okay, won't be 5% all the time, sometimes more, sometimes less. So at the same time, for SciFi, the other thing to actually watch out for this portfolio is this. Of course, basically, this is what happened. You're giving them money. You're giving fund managers money, and the fund managers will help you invest your money. So of course, the fund manager don't work for you for free. So in this sense, they're actually going to charge a 0.4%. This is per annum. Okay, please take note. They actually charge a 0.4% per annum, okay, for managing the money for you. Okay, now let's look at the other instrument, okay, which is what we call ETF, or exchange traded funds. So these are listed instruments. This is available from the Singapore Stock Exchange. So if you want to buy them, you can just go through a broker and just buy them just like any other stocks like UOB, DBS. You just go through a broker. Okay, so currently we have 3 REITs ETF, as you can see here, Lion Phillip, Nikko AM, and Phillip REITs ETF. So basically, if you just buy into this ETF, you're actually buying a basket of REITs. Okay, so this is from SGX website. You can see they actually list down their main characteristics and let you compare with bird's eye view. So like, for example, for Lion Phillip, they are again listed in Singapore REITs only. They are holding 27 REITs. yield is about 4.14%. They're actually charging about 0.6% per annum, 0.6 per annum of management fees per annum. Okay, for Nikko AM, okay, they are actually not only invested in Singapore, also in other countries as well. But of course, you can see Singapore is the main bulk. They are holding 28 different REITs and they are charging 0.6%. Same thing for Phillip. Okay, they are invested in a lot of different places. In fact, the main one is Australia. Singapore is not the largest as compared to the rest. Yes, their dividend yield as per the website is 2.59%, and this is how much they are charging for the management fee per annum. Okay, so hopefully this gives you a rough understanding of what's a REITs and what's a REITs fund. Okay, so REIT is a basket of instrument. Okay, so a basket of properties. REITs fund is a basket of REITs. And now today, you can actually buy a basket of REITs. Just buy this product, you buy a basket of REITs. I can buy through ETF or from the SciFi that I shared with you just now. Now, the next question is this: how do you actually choose among them? Okay, so each of the portfolio, it REITs itself, they have their own pros and cons. So there's no such thing as the best instrument, okay, or the worst. Okay, I would say only what is most suitable. So if you ask me, if you're an active investor like myself, so how do I define active investor? Someone who probably is able to spend like easily 2-3 hours a day looking at stocks. So that's me. Okay. Personally, in fact, I won't be looking at the portfolios. I will be choosing my own REITs. Why is that so? Because just now you can see that the return, the yield, at least from the yield perspective, you're talking about 4-5% for a portfolio. But if you actually look at the REITs itself, these are some of the yield that you can actually achieve by buying the REITs directly. Of course, this is just a yield. Then of course we're not talking. I mean, different REITs have different risk level. So usually those that give higher yield, they tend to be higher risk. But of course, if let's say you're an active investor, you probably know how to manage the risks, or either that not be able to select, between the REITs that, the REITs that you are comfortable with. So it's actually quite possible to actually get above 5% if you actually select REITs. But then again, like I said, no, this is only more for active investors who know how to manage the risks and know how to differentiate the different REITs. Of course, if let's say you are in the other spectrum, and you are someone who I have no time, or what I call the don't ask me to analyze investor. Okay, I believe a good way is actually do a dollar cost averaging in your different REITs and different portfolio. So this is the good thing about stock investment. They actually break it down into a very small portion. So if I'm not wrong, like even some of the products you can actually just buy like $100, okay, or a few $100. Okay, so you actually if let's say you don't know what to choose, I'm not joking. So one of the good way is to just buy all of them. Okay, so maybe a few hundred here, a few hundred there, a few hundred here, a few hundred there. And the most important thing is you have to do this thing called the dollar cost averaging, because timing is actually very important. Okay, if you actually buy the right time, okay, you can actually make huge returns. If you actually buy the wrong time, you can actually make huge losses, okay, regardless what the product is. Of course, it's very difficult to decide what is the right, what's the wrong time. So you just buy all the time. So this is for someone who is like, okay, don't ask me to analyze, I just want to invest. So you may actually want to do dollar cost averaging. You can set up, I think most of the funds, and for the SciFi product, you can actually do like regular investing. Just tell them, okay, please help me to invest in this fund every month. Okay, they can arrange for that. And if you can't choose whether is it between which ETF or SciFi, you just invest all of them. Okay, that's the other extreme. Of course, if you are in between, you can actually do this thing called regular investing. You can buy into different portfolio or different REITs at a different time. So let's say, for example, this month, okay, I'll invest in maybe portfolio A. Okay, next month, I invest in portfolio B. Okay, next month, I invest in REIT A. Okay, next month, I invest in REIT B, and so on and so forth. So basically, every month, you actually make a conscious decision as to which portfolio, which REITs, okay, you actually want to go into. So again, it's very hard to say that, which is better. Okay, most of the instruments have their pros and cons. Some are actually more risky but give you high return. Okay, but if you don't know how to manage the risk, maybe the lower return one is actually more suitable for you. Hopefully this video have give you a better understanding of all the different REITs product that's now available in the market. And of course, hopefully have given you some guidelines to choose among all these instruments. So if in doubt, buy everything, which based on a lot of investment philosophy is actually a very good way. Diversify is actually a very good way, for someone to actually generate decent returns from the stock market. Okay, so with that, I hope you have learned something. Thank you so much. Please click on the subscribe button if you actually want more such videos. And I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.